If you're an insurer, we know you face some big investment and regulatory challenges.
On the one hand, you need to generate enough returns to meet commitments to policyholders.
On the other, you need to be careful that more investment risk doesn't mean more balance sheet volatility.
Meanwhile, global regulation and risk management requirements are demanding even more detailed reporting.
So what are insurers to do? At Aberdeen Standard Investments,
We've been helping insurance clients optimize their assets for over 200 years,
today we manage over $400 billion for insurers worldwide.
ranging from major global names to regional and specialist providers,
In fact, we've made insurance investing one of our core global capabilities.
giving you a dedicated solutions team with expert knowledge of regulation, risk, and actuarial issues.
Plus a range of approaches from pooled products to complete outsourcing.
Most important of all is our investment capability.
We deliver a full spectrum of opportunity across public and private asset classes,
So you can harness more ways to meet your goals.
and in turn meet your key strategic objectives.
As for reporting, well, that's covered too. Wherever you need it,
We can provide a range of reporting services suited to your local regulatory requirements.
enabling you to deliver on time and with confidence.
We know that insurers face big challenges, now and in the future.
But with the right investment partner,
Get ready to discover how every challenge can open up a wealth of opportunity too.
What lessons can we learn from the pioneers of investing? A study of 200 years of asset allocation tells us many of today's challenges are not new. Interest rates in Great Britain fell for most of the 19th century. The dominant investors were mutual insurance companies like Standard Life. As today, these investors shifted from public to private markets in search of higher returns. This shift was successful for many years, but investors became complacent and misjudged the risks of this strategy. Insurance companies were hit by defaults when agricultural land prices fell. When the First World War broke out, soaring debt levels led the government to encourage or even force savers to buy government bonds and abandon private credit. This happened as a new inflationary cycle began, eroding the value of these bonds. The 20th century saw the rise and fall of institutional equity investing. A 1924 academic paper identified the higher returns on offer from equities over bonds. John Maynard Keynes was an early investor for National Mutual. Other British life offices followed his example, and equity allocations rose from 2% to over 20% by 1952. George Ross Gooby, pensions manager at Imperial Tobacco, took a bolder stance. In 1955, he encouraged his colleagues to invest 100% of their assets in equities. By 1970, investors were talking about the cult of equities, but the steady fall in interest rates since the 1980s changed the equation. It made the cost of corporate pensions and guaranteed return insurance products unbearable. Boots became the poster child for the modern era in 2001, when it shifted all its assets into government bonds. What does this mean for today's investors? The history is British, but the lessons are global. Private markets can provide a persistent premium return, but investors need to understand the underlying risks. Strategies must include protection against rising prices at a time when government bonds are yielding less than inflation. Today, the asset classes of the world have been mapped out. But investors can still find new opportunities using technology to uncover innovative investment strategies. Today, we face challenges that are new but would be familiar to the earliest investors. The successful investors of the future will have learned the lessons of these pioneers of the last 2 centuries.
My name is Petra Egli from Davos Ski School. I live here in Davos for 5 years and I love it. They have a lot of areas to ski, but my favorite one is Parsen. From the town, you take the funicular to Weißflurjoch. In 15 minutes, you're on the top and ready to ski. When the clouds clear, it's just amazing. Welcome to Davos. You can see Davos, you can see Klosters, you just see everything.
Oh, it's nice to see the village from up here. Favorite place.
For the warm-up, I love to take the Total run. It's really cruisy and wide. My favorite place to go for a hot chocolate in the morning, it's the Munkehütte. It's really cozy and really delicious.
One of the best chocolate.
When it's cloudy, it's magical to take a run through the forest. I just love it here. For lunch, I love the Alte Schwendi. It's quite hidden, not a lot of people know it. It's really traditional and the food is amazing. They have really good Alpen macaroni.
So good.
When I was a ski racer, I skied all over Europe. But the best place to ski is still Davos. It's home.
The world is facing serious challenges, from climate change to depleting resources.
From social inequality to questions over corporate responsibility.
Amid these challenges, people are increasingly recognizing the role that investing has on the world around us.
And that the investments we make today can determine the world we live in tomorrow.
At Aberdeen Standard Investments, we strongly believe that environmental, social and governance, or ESG factors, sit at the heart of good investing.
Helping to deliver better long-term investment results while reducing exposure to downside risk along the way.
In equities, we act as active shareholders, exercising all voting rights and engaging with management to encourage best practice.
In fixed income, ESG risks are assessed and priced alongside other credit risks, while we encourage action for these risks to be improved.
In real estate, ESG considerations help us select and manage assets so we can optimize long-term performance for investors.
We also offer focused sustainability approaches to meet ethical, socially responsible and thematic investment goals.
Through the collaboration of our fund managers and ESG specialists,
By sharing insight across markets and ongoing engagement with companies, governments and stakeholders,
we seek to be active stewards of every investment we make and a global leader in ESG investment,
protecting and enhancing the value of our clients' assets.
and contributing every day to a fairer and more sustainable world.